Infinity. We are in the toy box, and we're going to be building Sullust, which will be loosely based on the map from Battlefront, the EA Star Wars game out there. And I'm going to tie some sort of a storyline and challenge of some sort into it, and this will be based for the Princess Leia character. I think I'm going to make this an exclusive. I've never actually done that before, but I think I'm going to make it where it has to be Leia to play it. Of course, in honor of the recent passing of Carrie Fisher. Very sad indeed for all Star Wars fans out there, I'd say. And I just want to do a little something to kind of remember the character she created and brought to life that we all know. So we're going to make this a... I'm kind of debating on a couple of things, but we'll just start out with the basics of it right now. It's not going to be a huge map. Alright, let's get rid of this. I want to apologize. I had the recent video I posted for the I forget what title it was under now. It's another Star Wars game, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the oh my goodness, I am so tired. Anyway, for the most recent Rogue One, that's what I was trying to get out of my head. And part 1 I think posted okay, and part 2 didn't, or vice versa. Anyway, turns out that when you're using any of the, well, most of these musics that they have here to be added to your toy box, it deletes the video, or at least it keeps it from being seen by the public due to copyright infringements left and right. So I'll leave the music out until the very end so we can at least keep the video intact, and I'll probably just add it towards the very end after the video's posted. Let's get an idea of what we can use here in terrain. For Sullust, it's a very burnt out event. We want some really scorched looking earth, and I'm thinking that's probably going to be it. But let's just bounce a couple of them around here real quick and see what we look like. Yeah, that's not going to do it. I really feel confident that this is going to be the one. I was thinking about going with the Hulk, but I just feel like this is more of what I'm looking for. So we're going to be putting a lot of effects into this. It's going to be a lot of smoke and fire and stuff like that. Of course, some lava. If you've not seen that map before, it's pretty good. It's got a lot of Star Wars stuff going on it. And what I'm thinking is we'll have... Well, let's just get to going on this right now. The way I build tends to just kind of develop itself. I don't usually map things out very much. I just start them and then they take themselves where they go. I have a general idea, but... So there are going to be several layers to this, so far as heights and things of that nature. But again, I don't have anything super specific in mind yet as to a pathway or anything like that. It's just gonna do what it does, which is generally evolve naturally. We'll stay with that right there now. I definitely want a lot of different terrain, wedges and things of that nature. Gonna need probably bigger than that though. Let's see how. I wonder if they have any thicker ones that are still with that cut pattern. Wow, that's a little bit extra big there. But we can probably use something like this. What I'm really wanting to do is kind of disguise that side panel there. I don't want to see that. I can definitely use some of the wood blocks to do that if I have to, but I'd rather, as much as possible, keep it all terrain. These wedge blocks are... trying to find a corner piece. Yeah, this might work. Then we can build on to that with other. Kind of like that, only it's going to be different pieces though. Let's see. Can be a little tricky finding something that matches the way you want it to, because as you can see, these shapes and cuts are pretty precise so far as matching things up without having weird overlap. That'll work. We'll just fill this side out a little bit. I think we'll start this over in this area here. And for that, let's see. Definitely gonna need the wood blocks to make the effect that I want. I know that. So we'll start with the walls, I think. Get our large pieces here. Go 4 in. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in. I think we'll go ahead and start setting this part up right now. So this is going to be the hangar bay that the TIE fighters launch from. And we want it to be very bright. So I've got a couple of different styles in my mind. I'm thinking the white plastic will have the texture that I want. It's also pretty bright. Let's see how this looks. Not the texture I want though. One of these two may end up sufficing. Definitely too dark. That's not terrible. But I'm still going to hold out for this plastic, I think. That's going to be ice. Never mind. There you are. Yep, that's what I want. So we'll get and set the theme there. Bounce over here, get this one. And we will go from there. I just realized we had a gap. Let's try it again. Usually these small ones fall into place pretty easily, but not in this case. Oh, it's in the small one, that's why. These are the large tiles. Small tiles usually snap tight pretty easily. But this one you gotta babysit them a little bit more. And speaking of the small ones, oh, we can get by with this guy probably. Throw two of those in there to finish that up. We're going to go too high on this. By the way, we are broadcasting this on New Year's Eve day, so Happy New Year to everybody out there. Get an idea what the height is on this thing. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Alright, we will top it off. Actually, for this one we may change it. Perhaps. I want this to have the light effect, meaning the overhead lights. And I may kind of this, but I don't know if that's going to be too dark. Yeah, it's not really. Let me see. Kind of got something in mind that I'm wondering, but I can't think of where it's at. Kind of these floating panels. It's not going to be a decoration, so it'll be in building set. Could be. This would almost work pretty well. Let's see what this looks like. No, still too dark with the blue. I need something brighter. So there's some, I think they're floating panels or something to that effect, which is probably going to be in the 5 group, but I'm going to try there first. Let me see. I'm fairly confident they're not interior pieces. They could be, but I don't think they are. Just starting to think that I'll probably find something I can use the roof in this section. Yeah, that's dark too. Yeah, there's one more possibility. Yeah, if it's an interior piece, I'm probably not going to go after it. It's just not worth all that much headache. What was that? Yeah, that's not gonna work. And looks like we're gonna stick with the original plan. So again, these little guys here usually snap tight pretty nice. As long as you keep a smooth, oops, as soon as I said it, smooth pace, they'll generally take care of themselves. And they're not lining up here, which tells me there was a gap back here. Of course there was. I was going to use Leia to actually put this together, and I still might actually, because Luke doesn't fly either. Okay, we go big ones on the rest of the way. favorite part of the build is the part 1 of the under construction. Because you just start out with that one green block and it just starts to evolve. And when it's all said and done, I like to go back and look at the very first moments of the build and realize what it turned into at the end.